Hello ladies, Father Anthony here, this time by video. I anticipate being on a trip and also doing a little hiking today, so I'm sorry I can't be with you through FaceTime today. But I'm going to go ahead and give you by video another presentation on Ignatius and an Ignatian principle. Here the second kind of humility, or the second level of humility. We talked last time about the first level of humility, meaning I would not commit a single mortal sin were it to save my life and give me all the honors of the world. But here St. Ignatius says the second kind of humility is greater than the first, the second kind of humility. So we'll read, this kind is more perfect than the first, so we find ourselves somewhere along the middle of a spectrum. My life is firmly grounded in the fact that the reality of being a person is seen fully in Jesus Christ. Just as I have come to do your will, O God, is the motivating force of his life, so the only real principle of choice in my life is to seek out and to do the will of God my Father. With this habitual attitude, I find that I can maintain a certain balance in my inclinations to have riches rather than poverty, honor rather than dishonor, or to desire a long life rather than a short life. I would not want to turn away from God even in small ways, because my whole desire is to respond ever more faithfully to God's calls and invitations. So here we see that the second degree of humility is greater than the first. It presupposes the first, that I wouldn't commit a single mortal sin. And St. Ignatius is going to ramp it up a notch and say, I wouldn't even commit a single venial sin. Of course, you and I commit venial sins, that's why we go to confession, but I wouldn't choose to commit a single venial sin. I wouldn't plan ahead for tomorrow to commit a venial sin to offend God. I desire tomorrow, Thursday, not to offend God at all. I really do. I'm not choosing to do that. So that's a second level of humility, and it presupposes also that I'm indifferent, Ignatian indifference, where I'm not inclined to one thing or another. I don't prefer riches to poverty, a long life to a short one, honor to dishonor, because I want to follow Jesus. And if he wants me to experience a little bit of the dishonor that he experienced, or a shorter life like he experienced, 33 years of age, that's pretty short, I would say, then so be it. You know, a short life might be good for me. Riches rather than poverty, all those things. My one goal is to praise, reverence, and serve him. So in this second level of humility, or resembling more perfectly Christ, we should resemble him by not committing a mortal sin, first level of humility, but even more so, humility is a gift of rootedness, I said last time, humility is truth, being rooted in the earth, comes from the Latin word to mean of the earth, so we recognize how little we are and how great God is. And that second level of humility gives me the ability to recognize that I need God in all things.